I remember finally finishing the workout. I had worked chest and back this day. I went back to the stretching hall. I skipped it because I was tired and I was like, I'm done guys. And then I went into the locker room, opened the door, flung it shut, went across the room to where the mirror lied. And then I was flexing, right? I was like, damn, look his bicep getting big. Look at the chest, like, And then I saw my head. And then I saw wrinkles. I saw wrinkles in my head. Like, I have so much hair in the way, but I have wrinkles. And then it hit me. What? But of course, back then I was still stupid. I couldn't see the signs of the aging that I had gotten. Having these veins, is that a good thing? You look at elderly people, right? This is just pure speculation this here, but you look at elderly people, they seem to have a lot more of these veins, forearm veins or whatever. And there is me with them at age 18. That's a very weird sight. Indeed. That's just an observation of mine. And then we have the wrinkles. That's the trait of old people, bro. That's a trait of exerted and old people. Stress manifests in your body in form of wrinkles. I believe that's how it works. So I was having stress. My life was super easy. I woke up sleeping like 8-9 hours, whatever, as much as I needed. Went to school. Sat around all day. Didn't move much. It was very chilly. But then gym in the afternoon. And I was eating good diet. I was eating like cooked carnivore or whatever. I was eating a pretty good diet. Like, I was eating like cooked tallow. I wasn't eating raw fat, but I was eating good fat. I was eating good diet. Like, good fat, good protein, good nutrients. Like, pretty good. I wasn't eating shit food while I was going to the gym. I was actually not even carving up either. I was eating real protein and real enhancement substances in the form of natural meat, of course. Some of them might have gone away in the cooking process, but most of them I got, so what's up? What's happening? And then I look back in the lens of now recently with new knowledge and new equipment. I look back and I'm like, I remember having like a injury as well one day. Like I was doing like shoulder press, overhead press, and then it like felt in one of the shoulders, like on the upper shoulder. You know, there's like 3 shoulder muscles: the front, the back, and then the middle. I haven't really researched it that much, but I had like in the middle of the upper shoulder muscle. And then I had a real pain, and I thought it was just like at the time, it's just I'm just tired, I've just exerted the muscle, it's normal, then it's gonna grow up and it's gonna grow stronger. That's how hypertrophy works, right? But then a week later it still feels the same. I'm like, do I need 2 rest weeks? Did I push that hard? I did push somewhat hard, but bro, even a month later I still felt this. I was like, I guess I can't go to the gym. Like I literally can't, like, just I had this problem where I couldn't activate my chest without the shoulders. Maybe my shoulders were weak, but I still hit them like 2-3 times a week, whatever. But I still hurt. Like, I think I got an injury or something. And since then, I haven't gone. And the moment I didn't go to the gym, I felt really, really good. Like, when I went to sleep, I didn't wake up feeling like I had, imagine your glycogen stores being completely drained. That's how it feels. Like, You know, when you carb up for the gym, it makes it a lot easier. Imagine if you have zero glycogen. It feels like it almost feels like you have a hangover of sorts, because your glycogen stores are completely empty. I keep getting that feeling every time, even though I ate and all that stuff. But then I realized the most important thing, and then I asked people like, why glycogen, and why your glycogen empty is because you're not carbing up though. And then I'm like, carbing up? Carbs? Do I have to eat carbs to go to the gym? Now, the gym must be the problem, right? Because it was so glaringly obvious. If I need to eat a shit diet to maintain a physique, then that physique can't be natural. Like, if I can't eat meat, fat, and all those nutritious food, if I need to eat empty food that is just there for I don't know what, for carbing up, I do not eat empty calories. Empty calories has no point. Why would I even eat empty calories? I know, everyone knows that calories, the more calories you eat, the more you age. It's an obvious, really thing. Because metabolism is very straining on your body. It is a natural process, yes, but it's unnatural to eat unnatural food. Of course, your liver and your kidneys are gonna get extra strain on them that I do not necessarily need. But you realize that the only form of real aging, what is it? Is it converting oxygen to carbon dioxide to oxygen or whatever? You can't do shit about that because you can't survive without oxygen, so maybe that's a form of aging. But what could it more be? What more could it be? Wow, wrinkles! Wait a second, wrinkles. Maybe I was aging my body with all the stress. Maybe. Right? I can literally see it. It's a visible form of aging. I'm not just kidding. It's a visible form of aging. Like, wrinkles says it all, man. Like, and then they keep telling me, oh, you're older than your older brother. Even though my older brother is 3 years older. Bro, I hear people saying that, and it makes kind of sense. Like, it feels like I've aged like a couple of years. I feel old. Like, I feel like I'm the old guy who gives advice. I don't know. I feel old. Imagine being 18 years old and feeling old. I think I aged my body a lot. Way more than necessary. So I'm like 22 or something. Feel like. Even though I'm only 19. Damn. He hasn't gone to the gym at all, and he's like 22, 23. He still looks like younger than me. Like, I eat the best diet in the world and he looks younger. Something is wrong. And the moment I eat the diet like him, I feel a lot worse. I break out, I get breakouts in the skin, and I feel older. So my diet is a fuck ton better than my big brother's. How does he look younger then? It must be the stress. And so I went further into it, and it turns out that, wow, working out is stressful for your body, your whole body. It's very stressful to rebuild muscle. It's a very hard process. That's why it takes a lot of rest days. And why you feel not that rested, because it's a very difficult process. It is akin to digestion itself, how difficult it is. And then add on top of that, to maintain the physique in the first place, you need to eat a shit diet, which makes it even worse for your digestive tract and system. Right? It makes a lot of sense now. A lot of sense. Now, but what about the feeling that I feel good afterwards? I feel good afterward. But isn't that the same feeling you get when you're done with something you hate doing? Always. You feel really good every time you're done with, I don't know, doing job searching, even though it's super annoying. After 95 job, maybe you feel bad, but maybe you feel somewhat good. Like the feeling where, oh, you can finally leave. You can finally leave the gym. You can finally... Isn't that just... Aren't you just happy that you left the situation you hate being in? Especially a very stressful one. Like the moment you survive a free fall or cold shower, you feel really good, right? 200% dopamine. There are studies about cold showers. 200% dopamine. Because you survived a situation that would normally kill you. Like if you were in a cold bath or cold shower, you would die in nature. Like your house is like far away. It's like you would die even if you got the house. You have to put on clothes. But sometimes when you're super cold and you get sick, you can't put on clothes. And also, by the way, back in the day, being sick was rare. It wasn't like normal these days, like, oh, you can be sick 2-3 times a year or more, so it's normal. 4 to 5, maybe more than 5 is unnatural, unnormal. But people literally die. Like, if they got sick, they could have died. Like, a normal fever was almost lethal. You probably heard of that in school, they said. Maybe that's not true because it's from school, but bro, if we were to buy into that where you get like sick and you might die, then just getting sick in the first place is super dangerous, and it's very easy to get sick when you go cold shower. Contrary to what people say, oh, body needs to adapt, body needs to adapt and adapt. Yeah, but the chance of getting sick is very high. Even if you adapt to a stressful situation. And then they're like, oh, it's super good for dopamine, it's super good. And then you see dark eye circles. Like my eye circles, I don't know if you can see them, but they're pretty exhausted. Like, because you see, they're very exhausted. Because I woke up sleep deprived for like 2 weeks on end. I can still make this video because I'm excited for it. I really want to tell you stupid younger Eskil, about this stupid shit. But yeah, I've been sleep deprived for weeks because I wake up 5 a.m. every day, but I'm still tired. Because I go to bed at like 19, sometimes 20. I go to bed like 19 or 20, which is 9 to 10 hours of sleep. I still wake up feeling like shit. Even though my meal timing is perfect, even though I optimize my sleep environment, even though I de-stress, and even though I do everything like that, it still doesn't work. I'm still fucking tired. I don't know why. But it's probably because I only have 2 hours before I go to bed right after my work. Because my work ends at 16, by the way, and then I'm home at 17:30. And then it's one hour or 1.5 before I have to go to bed again. I think that is the issue. And then those 1.5 hours I have to make food for tomorrow. So it's more like 1 hour. So I have like no time at all when I come home. So sometimes I go on like my computer and watch something because I'm like 1 hour before I have to. I've done nothing in this day. I've just worked a shit job all day. And I have an hour before I need to go to bed. Like, it feels very demotivating. It really, really does. Because the thing where you have to do something good in the morning is really, really, it's really there. Like the momentum stuff. You feel so much better when you're done your work right before you're done the work that you wanted to get done. Like, let's say a couple videos before anything else, the work, or before whatever you're done with the day. You want to do something important. But deep down you know that shit job isn't really important for you whatsoever. That's the problem. But yeah, you realize these all these things. Like, if we go back to the wrinkle thing, if your sleep gets negatively impacted, if your body gets more strained, if you literally see wrinkles, then it's just not just in theory. Then it has to confirm something, that you're doing something wrong. Like, I'm as exhausted going to the gym as working my 9-to-5 job. Why would I add more exhaustion? You can clearly see when you get shit sleep, when you're sleep deprived, you do not need more or want more strain whatsoever on your body. You need to rest and recuperate way more. You need to get those cortisol way down the stress hormone. It cannot be that high. There is something wrong. There really, really is. Some doing physical work all day, like plucking out weeds and cutting the hay saw, whatever it's called. Right? All day. Some physically active. And then I bike like 1-2 miles a day. That's way more exercise than any human being really needs. Like, if you think of your lazy days, I'm not saying you should be in bed all day, but bro, a normal day is someone where you walk. You maybe have a 2 or 3 hour walk. You do maybe plucking out weeds and doing some gardening work for a couple hours. Maybe that's normal, but not the 2-hour mile of biking, 8 to 9 hours of working hard, by the way, to stay ahead of schedule. All that stuff that I'm doing is way more than necessary. In fact, after like an hour or two of hunting, that's way more than enough exercise. Like, exercise just means exerting your body. And you think that's good for mental? Is it good for mental health to strain your body to absolute? Like, if you're coping Like this is a belief that people don't have. But if your cope or your regulating your nervous system includes almost killing yourself, then you're a masochist. Like if you need to almost kill your own senses, like an unintuitive kid who's like, I'm going to the gym anyways because discipline. If you're unintuitive, you're just doing the same as your slave job is treating you. Doing something you don't want to do. It further reinforces the brainwash slave mentality. So going to the gym is for slaves. They're lifting metal, right? That makes you stronger, they say. But then outside of the gym, if you don't go to the gym, you lose that strength. You age your body. It's a super specific scenario. And why would you gear yourself up for fighting when then fighting happens? Like, it's like you're won to fight and then you're gonna lose because your body is super old and stressed and weak. Because it doesn't make you stronger, really. Like when I help out my dad with stuff, it's not like I'm weaker now. In fact, I feel like stronger and lighter. I'm more agile, I'm more I have more survivability. It feels like I'm actually agile now, I can actually dodge. I haven't been in a fight, but it feels like the difference is so small that even if it works, it's not worth years of your body. Maybe it's because we're privileged, but there is no reason to go to the gym in this day and age. It just ages you. Like this is a very contrary belief to what most people think, but I believe it. Because why would I strain my body? Like, why would I make myself older for no reason whatsoever to look better? Like, I'm gonna say this, but I went serious and I was somewhat big once, like in the gym, right? It didn't change anything. Like I could delude myself into thinking I felt better, but that I don't know. Like my new so-called delusion is that the healthier I am, the happier I feel, the better I feel about myself. My self-confidence, everything skyrockets when I improve my health. Because I know that a health marker can never be wrong. And I know that gym is not a part of the health marker. Because if gym were, I would feel better in every sense of the word. No, I feel worse while doing it. I feel good right after for a short while. But then I feel tired and like brain foggy after, and that's not a good sign. Like full exertion, oh, you can go to bed. Yeah, I fall asleep, but I don't wake up rested. It's like eating a meal too late. What's the point of doing things that makes you feel worse? Like, it doesn't make you feel better, it's not. Oh, I feel better after doing it. Discipline, do it when you don't feel like it because it makes you feel good after. It doesn't. Afterwards, I feel like shit. Only for like 5 seconds I feel good. And then the next time when I wake up, I feel like absolutely shit. And you're like, oh, but there must be other factors. They're not. I've literally done one, when a scientist do one single, one single change, one metric or whatever. They change just one single variable. That's what's a variable. They change one variable, and that's what I did for weeks. The only thing, same routine, same wake up, same diet, same everything, and the only thing I changed was putting out gym, like replacing gym with reading or replacing gym with chilling. The only quote-unquote benefit that gym gives is that you're not watching something that makes you feel insecure. You're not watching. Maybe gym is better than watching porn for hours, maybe. But if you're not doing that, if you're a normal human being and not go to the gym, you will get an upgrade in your life. So basically 99% of the time, you must be a complete fucking idiot, a complete monkey. But even then, straining your body is probably worse. Like, you might grow out of that masturbator mentality, whatever. Maybe you still do, whatever. You shouldn't think about it too much. Like, you obsess about it, you fucking cannot escape it. Like, it's impossible. You're just stuck in a bad mentality, bro. You just do what you want to do, have some confidence, because you require confidence, and you can get confidence easily by actually doing what you're supposed to do. Like, it's not that hard. You're like, I'm not confident, it's because I feel like shit every day. Of course, your health is shit, everything is shit. There's no fucking I'm the best in the world when I feel like I'm about to die every day. Of course. It's an obvious thing. But I can tell you that a single hour of bad sleep, like, even somewhat of a bad sleep is worse than any gym or whatever. Like, If gym makes my sleep just 5% worse or 3% worse, even that alone is worse. And that's not accounting to the actual aging it does on you yourself. And same with running, same with anything. But then you have to think for yourself. There's another thing here with stress. I'm gonna teach you the absolute secret before I end this video. If you watch this far, you deserve to know this. But this is the most important thing ever. I'm not gonna, like, I could have put this, like, I don't know, I could have put this as a $1 million course or whatever. This is like the best thing I've heard in my entire life. This is the best advice you have ever heard in your entire fucking life. It's so glaringly obvious, you keep hearing it, you're glossing over it. Sometimes you nod your head and you're like, but you need to truly grasp this, because this is gonna change your life forever. It changed my life, even though I didn't do shit. I imagine changing your life while changing nothing in your life. Like, it's just knowing this secret is enough to make you the strongest human being there is. Like, this is the most powerful advice. It was so powerful that it resonated with me like on another level. And it's, what is your race? You're a Homo sapiens sapien, like the other ones died. Maybe there are some left, I don't know. What we know as Homo sapien, like we humans now, we know that Homo sapiens sapien is the only human race, right? So you're a Homo sapiens sapien. Now if you research a Homo sapiens sapien, you research their digestion, their lifestyle and so on. What is in common with Homo sapien? Not the modern one, but the actual one. What is common with every other animal? We have a lot of similarities between animals. We require oxygen. We require sunlight. What do most animals do? They chill after eating. Is that something you can... No, right? You can probably... You're familiar with that, right? The lion eating his big meal and then taking a big rest, or taking chill and lying on the ground, literally. Now, what is familiar there? Yes. What is familiar with, let's say, diet and lifestyle. Let's go into diet first. A lion eats meat, raw meat, of course. And then they lie around, chilling. And then have humans, where there is proof of us eating fattier cuts of meat. Why? Because of our energy. For some reason, we humans require more fat than animals. You see, dogs, if you feed them fatty piece of meat, they don't feel as good. They require lean meat. We humans, we always go for the fatty meat. There's a reason why we go for the big ruminant animals, the big mammoths, and not just deer. And that's why this is kind of a history thing. Like, no one knows, honestly. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but there's like a saying, or it's not proof really. People say it's proof because they want everything they know to be proof. I'm not saying this is a truth, but it would make sense. Like, this is just my belief, but like, you know, like 10,000 years ago, like when agriculture came, like 10 to 12,000 years, I believe there were two main reasons to start agriculture. One, they started cultivating the land because all the megafauna, like, you know, the really, you probably haven't heard of them. A megafauna is like big animals, really fatty, big. They're like the mega animals. In Swedish they're called dago. I don't know what it's called in English, but they're very big megafauna. Big animals. And they died out around that time. And we hunted them. Most of them hunted down, but they probably died by other natural means. Like, when people say we hunted them out, it's probably because we did hunt a lot, yes, but it probably died by other means as well. It's very hard for someone to be that overpowered in nature. To be fair though, our brains were so huge, like we were super dangerous predators. Like, on our own we're weak, but because of our weapons and spears, we managed to actually get like on almost at the top of the food chain. I believe at the end we did. We got so smart, we got so strong, that we were the monsters, the top of the food chain. Really strong, guys. Really powerful. And then we ate the megafauna, right? We ate the big animals, the mammoths died for whatever reason. Maybe it was humans that was somewhat part of it. But I believe as humans were so smart, we probably had ways of preserving our food. We were very smart. Even in agriculture days, we were super smart. Yes, the word I said before, we prolonged the life of those so they could get, we didn't kill like some of the children and women or whatever to keep them, keep reproducing, so we got more food and more cattle and more livestock. Right, we were very intelligent creatures. Like, you think of us as being like, oh, we are just ancient humans, we just ate meat because we didn't know about bacteria, we're just whatever. Bro, we were so much smarter back then. And then every fucking time there is something that I learn, it's always connected back to them. It's like raw meat, yeah? They know what they're doing. Slightly cooked meat, some of them cooked. Why did some ancient humans cook? Maybe it's because some ancient human couldn't digest raw meat for whatever reason. I have a very hard time digesting hard meat sometimes, not always. But maybe I'm one of those who needs a slightly cooked meat. There's always something. They always know everything. Cave paintings, I have never seen a cave painting of a salad. In fact, most fruits and all fruits and all vegetables we see, for the first things first, vegetables didn't look like they did now. You can probably have pictures of old vegetables. They looked completely different. They didn't even exist, bro. Vegetables are like 200-300 years old. That's one. And then two, fruits. They didn't exist, like, they were like very small fruits. Like apples just 50-60 years ago were not the same as they were now. There were no pink lady, there were no gala apples, there were no whatever apples, royal gala, there were no, like, they were not the same like just 50-60 years ago. Like, it changed so much. And oranges and all the watermelons, they were all bred to be more sweeter, less fibery or whatever. And yeah, that might be a good thing, but they're still bred, they're unnatural fruits. And there is so much we don't know. There is macronutrients, right? We know about carbs, fat, and protein and all that, but there are also micronutrients. And there are a lot of minerals we don't know about, and a lot of micronutrients. There might even be macronutrients we have no idea about. There's so much we don't know. And even that we know, we can't even prove, because there's no way to prove it, right? Because, wow. We don't even know if our information is correct, because you know how many variables there is in this stuff. Digestion is the most complex human process we have, and we do not know all of it yet. We don't. Anyone keeps saying, this how it works, this how it works. It's how they think it works, it's how it works according to the science, it's how it works. But is it all? No. There's no guarantee that it's that way. But what is a guarantee is the concept that I'm gonna tell you. It's natural. It's about natural. I guess everything that is natural is as healthy as possible. Health maxing is essentially natural maxing. So natural meat is diet maxing. Natural sunlight is so much better than any other sunlight. Any other light. Sunlight is the best light. Raw meat is the best diet. And so on. There is proof. Like cave paintings. If there is any, cave paintings is the biggest proof of our existence. Imagine now, years later we found out that fucking someone came up with the cave paintings or whatever. But there are skeletons, we have seen old humans die, like we have seen. And I can tell you something, that their teeth were mega strong, like that is true. We can see that. I don't think they're fabricated. Why would they be? Why would they? In fact, that's a proof that it's not fabricated. You know why? Because if they have any feature that's better than us, like better teeth and whatever, they would hide it right away. Because they don't want us to think that the ancient humans were stronger. No, they don't. Even in a plot, they would always think that modern humans are better, taller, live longer on average. They really try to sell us that lie. The reason is so they can keep selling us the weird shit they have been in a modern world. But then when you realize that ancient humans had better teeth, they still try to convince us that we only got 30 years old, which is, there is no proof whatsoever that we got 30 years old. There's proof that people died in the early ages, but that was because of sickness, and maybe it was a very harsh time to be alive, you know? Because people like then weren't like, I don't want to have a child, I don't want to born not a demon spawn, but I don't want to born a kid in this harsh reality. That's what people think nowadays. Before they were like, I'm gonna prolong my lifespan, bitch. I don't think like you little bitch. I'm not a fucking one testicle man like you. No, they're 5 testicle men. Like the amount of energy and fucking power they possessed was insane. Those are my idols. Like those are monsters. No, they're Homo sapiens. They're the strongest, the top of the food chain, while our modern humans are pathetic. We're sick, we're fat, we look like shit, no one wanna mate with us. We look like shit, right? Because we're weak. But we are animals, so if we do our natural ways like we did before, and even if, let's say, even if we don't know what we did naturally, which honestly there's no way to confirm because we can't see natural humans. We know that being in closer to nature in any way makes us healthier. You know about these EMFs, this wave internet connection, you know about this more than vegetables, you know about seeds, you know about everything that's processed and unnatural are health detriments of any kind. You know this, you know, like if you're in this community, you know about seeds, of course. You probably understand the vegetable issue, that they're not old really. You probably understand the carb issue people have with it. It's because it's all unnatural. Even if there were natural carbs, such as fruit, there's no proof that we ate fruit, but there's no proof that we didn't either. But you know where the proof lies? It's in our bodies. Like when we experiment, I've done this a lot because I hate this, but there's no way to know, because even if we knew, they hide it and seem like it's not true. Like there's no way to actually know. Like the only fucking way to know before going into it, there's none. The only way to actually know whatsoever anything is by doing it yourself. And I have been an experimental kid, let's just say. It's been my thing lately. So I've experimented with all kinds of things. And what I've came up with has been anything that is fruit-like makes me feel drunk when I wake up. It makes my liver hurt, and I feel like I'm the old me. I feel fat, I feel bad, I feel bloated. Any vegetable, any plant, any gluten makes me feel absolute shit. And anything that is not meat makes me shit more. And you know what that means? When you eat fiber, it's indigestible, right? So that's why you go shit every day or shit so often. Because you're eating indigestible fiber material. And, that's because it's gonna keep my stomach feel... I don't wanna explode, my stomach wanna explode or something. Bro, my ass, I haven't shitted in a week and I have never even felt my stomach. I've never felt better. I'm laughing on the kid that had stomach problems or had gut problems. It is impossible to have a gut problem. Like I haven't felt my gut in years, like at all. And the more raw I eat, the less I feel. It's a yoke. You're trying to find an issue that is not there. Like a gut problem. How embarrassing. I've never seen anything like it. A gut problem. I have never seen anything like it. There's no sign that I ever had a gut problem. That's how powerful this is. And the less I shit, the less rest product I emit. That means I can absorb it. Oh my god, because it's not like I'm putting in less food. I'm putting in so many kilograms of meat every day. And there is nothing coming out in the toilet. I'm using all of it. All of it. The only shit that is left is probably because of the slightly cooked part, but bro. Oh, but then your theory should be that if you eat raw meat, only raw meat, you shouldn't shit at all. Well, that sounds like it could make sense, but I have a theory. Either it's because you can't absorb all, even with raw meat. You can probably only absorb 90% or something. But then my other theory is that it's because it's frozen meat. Because there is discussions around this in some communities where frozen meat destroys some of the nutrients. And if there's no nutrients, it's just a mass that's just lying there. And maybe you lose most of the nutrients or some when you freeze it. That could also make sense. That could be two of the reasons why we can't absorb all, plus some of it is not as nutrients dense as it was before because it's frozen. I think both of those are possible and both of them could make sense why you shit sometimes. But even then, I only shit like once a week, maybe 2 times a week. Like, do you hear that? Once or 2 times a week I shit. That is such a good sign. Like and then it never hurts when I shit either. When you have fiber, you have to really try to get out that bise, you know, that shit from your You really have to try to excrete the shit, and it's really hard and hurts when you have fiber. I never felt it. And then when I eat it, right, you know, digesting, I feel less tired. I don't even feel the meat in my stomach. You know, when you're digesting, like when you eat a lot of meat, the more you cook it. I haven't felt any shit at all. When I eat raw, I felt nothing. When I eat slightly cooked, I felt a little bit. When I eat fully cooked, I felt a lot. So that means the more raw it is, the easier it is to digest, and that means less strain on your body. Again, so eating raw meat, not going to any stupid gym, following your intuition, the most powerful weapon you have, and then doing that while following natural means. If you follow your intuition when something is natural, then you are golden. When you're horny all day natural, then you wanna reproduce, right? Because you get hard, so you want children. So you think you don't want children. Every time you get hard, you want children. It's like only a ED guy doesn't want children. Erectile dysfunction, that's when you don't want children. But every time you get hard, you want them. And then your brain is like, oh, well, the world is bad, this is bad. Yeah, but fix it, bro. You're not supposed to have these problems. Like, in a natural sense, you're supposed to hunt, you're supposed to build your house, and then you're supposed to live happy ever after with someone really hot. That's all. But that's it for the video. I hope this helped you. Use the natural concept when you ever need to anything, know if it's good or not, because that is the most powerful weapon you have. Your intuition, along with any natural thing that is intuitive, that is the power. That's where it lies. So this was a really long video because I wanted to cover everything. So yeah, I'm gonna hop on the train and get to work now. But I hope this video helped.